everybody. Hey. I was just sitting in my seat thinking that I'm kind of a belly dancer. But it's your bellies that dance. So am I like a belly conductor or something? Maybe.
Yeah.
So you know how you hear something and it gets stuck in your head? I was listening to the radio and the radio disc jockey, the DJ or whatever, answered the phone and he was like, "Hey, what's going on?" And the guy on the phone said, "Oh, it's going on chicken and fish." And I about wrecked because I was like, he must be doing good if it's going on chicken and fish. So like next time somebody asks you what's going on, you just think of anything it can go on. Your stomach, your face, your back, your ass, your eyes, your mouth, your ears, your feet, you know, wherever you can get it, right? So that's where the title of this story comes from, and I asked my little friend Jason Maxwell back there to like put some images together of some actual chicken and fish, so if your minds get lost in my fantasy world that I create for you, you have something to ground you back to reality. Because it happens, people can get lost sometimes. I get lost, but it's okay. I'm trained. So may I present chicken and fish? Traveling through the minds of the many, I found myself at the dinner table with my old friend Nathan and his wife and their 2 children. The 3 of us went to college together where I met them and where their marriage birthed. We hadn't talked for years. Their dinner invitation came out of the blue, but blue has always been my favorite color, and so I replied to it. I don't normally accept dinner invitations because I have a strict diet. We grilled cheeseburgers and the children played until we were all worn out, and some of us adults were a little worn down. My preferred diet is spunk in the back trunk. I knew they were married, but I was still down for getting marinated. I gave Nathan a hug from behind because I wanted to feel his hidden booty, and he said, "Hi, Andy." "Hi, Nathan." He reached behind him and squeezed around me as I asked, "How long has it been since I saw you naked?" His flowing brown curls tickled my face and caused me to laugh when I was being serious. "You're so silly." The time came where the darling children went to sleep and us adults went to cleaning up the disasters they made, like the volunteers that clean up disasters in all... I stumbled over that one. The time came where the darling children went to sleep and us adults went to cleaning up the disasters they made, like the volunteers that clean up all disasters in a stalled government. I was hot about something, but it wasn't a national crisis. Yeah, he's got a huge pipeline that leaks across half the nation. He rhymes with nation. Yep, Nathan. His wife, I won't name for fear of embarrassing her, was at the sink when Nathan hugged around her, I assume, attractive body, kissing her neck and holding her sides. I wanted to do the same to Nathan and said, "Looks like anyone could do that." Huh? Nathan might have known what I was getting at, but she jutted in and said, "You can wash the dishes if you want to." She turned into Nathan's arms and mouth. His mouth was waiting for her like a handle to a commode, and she shoved her shit down it. I don't want to wash dishes. I didn't want to wash dishes, but I also didn't want to leave the room as she opened Nathan's pants and he pulled his shirt over his head. His back was, well, I didn't wash the dishes at all. I just stood there and they knew it. "What about Andy?" Nathan asked her as he pulled his tanned erection out, and the animal lover in me almost scratched platypus off my list. His testicles were furry brown farm eggs I'd weave a basket especially for. And he turned to where I could see his bouncy bottom warble as he stepped out of his boxers. His body was a wonderland, and I wanted that white bunny to come out and hop all over my face. Nathan's white honey was over 10 years late in my book. I was looking for my watch when she turned to me and said, "You can watch." "Oh, believe me, Grubble Schmegel, I'm watching." But I wanted to be down on the ground worshiping. I stood there a second trying to remember which direction the sun went down. I was ready to thank everyone necessary. Grubble Schmegel stroked Nathan's immaculate cock as Nathan came in and passionately kissed her. He held her neck and said, "If I can touch him, he's got to be able to reciprocate." Nathan came over to me, but I saw the horror on Grubble Schmegel's face. I got to my knees thinking I'd never heard him say reciprocate before, and Nathan said, "Tell me if it tastes like chicken." He had changed some since I'd known him. His primed cock was hot to the touch and would be considered hot on several blogs I regularly follow, but I wasn't following my heart and followed my lips down his shaft instead. I couldn't blink. I couldn't think. I think I was breathing. Grubble Schmegel, he can swallow the whole thing. Nathan held my head as Grubble Schmegel came beside us and watched me. She was watching me give her husband the blowjob she wanted to give him, and I mean the type of blowjob she wanted to give him because she just didn't have the confidence right then. I don't know how my mouth went all the way down his monstrous cock. It was mystifying because my mouth didn't want to let go. It was the stone holding motherfucking Excalibur. I shall not be moved. I hummed because I knew my mouth couldn't just idly sit there. His gorgeous cock deserved a stroking, but it was like my brain was having one instead. "I'm not surprised." Grubble Schmegel peeked over Nathan's shoulder to see the sight. I was insulted by her matter-of-fact tone, which she knew I'd have a retort and release my sharkish grip, and I did, saying, "Oh my God, I need some air." I fell backwards like I arrived from a Stargate. "I'll get you some water." Nathan snickered and stepped by me, but my upstarting hand took his hairy ankle. I didn't do it, but my hand did. He got as spooked by it as I did and said, "Hey, let me lick that butt." First my mouth, then my hand, and now my voice blurted that out. "Let me lick your butt?" "Jesus, Andy!" Grubble Schmegel yelled and awoke the kids. They started yelling too. "I'll get them, sweetie." Nathan was a kid ready to get back to his studies, but Nathan was actually a full-sized man with a full-sized erection going on around his midsection, quite hard and, might I add, quite hairy. I looked at his majestic cock and looked at them as the children wailed somewhere behind me. I had no idea where the kids' rooms were. I was only interested in their daddy. A little more of their screaming and none of us would have held erections, but his patient erection wasn't going anywhere, and neither was Nathan. Grubble Schmegel huffed and went to them as my hand realized it had reached the top of 6'3" Nathan's hairy thighs, muscular and pungent. His legs spread on their own or by Nathan's choice. Nathan had a smooth ass which was remarkable for all his leg hair, pubic hair, and long hippie hair. My mouth went into his spotless asshole as he said, "Grubble Schmegel." He stopped and started, "And I want a third." He stopped as I used my tongue to snap the bridge, but he started again. "Child, and I've been holding it, and we've been experimenting with my butt, but not like this. Fuck, Andy." "Oh, fuck. You have to stop." I have to be quiet. I moved my lips away and said, "It was my mouth, man." "What?" "It was awesome." He said that, and my mouth went back to his ass. It was a suction cup. I sucked his asshole. I licked his asshole. I poked it, I tickled it, and I remember it. But Nathan couldn't handle it and said, "Wait, Andy." "Nathan, I have to eat your ass some more. My mouth wants it. Promise me you'll come in my mouth." I had tears waiting in the crevices of my eyes. "Wait, no, that's not the plan." "Plan?" "Yeah, we made a plan. You fuck me, while I fuck her, and I shoot my big load we've been saving up for our future baby." Nathan saw my confusion and said, "You're gonna help catapult my Titanic load. We want another baby." "But I want your load, Nathan." and I regretted not using the word Titanic and said, I want your Titanic load. Let me be your glacier. What? He laughed and said, I failed to figure that into this. I want your big load, but I understand nuptials. His big dong was standing there looking at me like a microphone waiting for an entertainer, and Grubbleschmegel wasn't coming to the stage. I swooped down and sucked him. I had the balls to have his balls in my mouth. And this time, my mouth moved up and down his generous shaft like my approval rating of Wiretap Barack. I stroked his cock and Nathan knew I was drilling for oil. White gold. Andy, fuck! You're gonna make me blow! He went from distressed to crazy relieved as he said, okay, Andy, you got it. I can't hold it anymore. He was pinching his own damn nipples. I didn't expect his gift, but I was working for it. I knew I didn't work as hard as his wife throughout their 10 or so years of matrimony, but she could tell that to my hand and my mouth. Nathan was coming. I felt his cock pulse. He shot so much. I swallowed, but some got all over my face. Nathan was in my eyes. He was pretty much everywhere and still dripping down the back of my throat like none had missed my mouth. Oh, fuck, Andy. Your face! My eyes will be fine. No, you've got my third baby load on your face. It's everywhere. I'm so happy, I don't care. Nathan cared, and he knew Grubbleschmegel would definitely care and said, Grubbleschmegel owns a gun, Andy. I put my head under the sink and used a good chunk of paper towels to dry my hair and face, but Nathan's cock was going down. I knew he had a job to do too and said, Grubbleschmegel won't be happy to see a flappy. Fuck. Don't you worry. I got behind him and ate Nathan's ass with my newly cleaned face until Grubbleschmegel came back around and Nathan couldn't help having a massive erection. She came in, it was genuine, and Nathan went to her as she allowed a relaxing smile. He rubbed his smoldering erection against her like he had a third baby load, and she rested against the counter and said, let's do it here, honey. I'm making two. I filled Andy in. Yeah, folks, he filled my face in. But I acted cool and said, I can't top just anyone, but yeah, Nathan, won't be a problem. Where is your dick? Nathan hadn't seen it before and had no clue what he agreed to plunge inside him. He came at my pants like a tailor and I allowed it, of course. I was hard, wet, and ready when he pulled my pants down and said, thick, Andy. Shut up. I blushed and Grubbleschmegel got Nathan around and said, I guess I'll go ahead and put it in now. I hopped up from where I was on my knees eating Nathan's heavenly arse and stood a little too fast. Nathan slid into his wife like it was a home plate of bacteria. She grumbled and schmeggled as I got behind Nathan with my adventurous cock aimed at his finely salty oyster. I ate his ass good and my cockhead got in easy, but getting my shaft to go in all the way was tedious. They had to stop fucking while I got my erection inside Nathan's tight hole. Oh, it was too tight and he was moving too much. Nathan, it's too hot. The windows are open. Fuck! Oh, Nathan? I couldn't stay serious and said the first ridiculous thing in my head, cock-a-doodle-doo! Yeah, my cock was doodling something. Nathan knew I was blowing my load first. His wife got the information from Nathan's facial expression and it kind of made her quite horny. Nathan liked it too and said, Jesus, Andy, it hurts. Well, I hope my cum makes it feel better. I pulled my cock out, but Nathan said, wait, put it back in, I haven't done it yet. Dude, I thought I couldn't do it, but I knew I couldn't say no and said, okay. My cockhead still had some oomph, and I got it back inside, which took me back to Erection City, the greatest city in the universe. Nathan wasn't shooting, he was hurting, but he slowed some as Grubbleschmegel tweaked his nipples. Nathan got a little noisy and said, here it comes. Oh God, quiet, sweetie. She didn't want the babies to wake up again. Oh baby, shit, honey. Oh my God. Nathan was shooting like he had saved up that load, but we both knew, and I told you the truth. Once he got out of her and she poured a glass of water, I looked at Nathan and said, good acting job. I wasn't acting. What? I was shocked. Honey, look. She spread her legs and Nathan's huge load was all over the place. It was like I was Dexter because all I saw was this semen splatter. She nor I expected me to use my face as her bicycle seat. I put on the feed bag and she squealed, "Andy!" I was taking Nathan's load off her vagina, from around her vagina, and straight out of her vagina. But she saw it differently and said, "You're eating our third baby! Stop it! You're eating the baby!" The kids started screaming. She scoffed and started disappearing, and I just kept on swallowing. And Nathan said, "What the hell, Andy? You just ate vagina. Dude, it's your fucking fault. You taste good on chicken and fish."
Andy Pyburn.